Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, history is made at the Vatican as the world welcomes a new pope.
Victoria ISD honors its Teachers of the Year. Find out who's making a big impact in the classroom.
And the National Weather Service has a full report on Tuesday's tornadoes in central Texas. Find out how big the storms were.
Well, we're not looking at any severe weather anymore. Just a little special weather statement right there around Edna. We're a little bit of pocket-sized or pea-sized hail, but we are getting some rain here. If you can't hear it outside, it's starting to fall down here, but we'll be talking about that coming up.
And tonight we have multiple playoff baseball and softball matchups across the crossroads. To highlight some of them coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie.
And I'm Brubaker. Robert Prevost was elected the first pope from the United States in the history of the Catholic Church. The Chicago-born missionary took the name Leo XIV. In his first words as Pope Francis' successor, he emphasized peace, dialogue, and missionary work.
Prevost had been a leading candidate despite a long-standing taboo against a U.S. pope. But he's also a Peruvian citizen and lived for years in Peru, first as a missionary, then as an archbishop. Barbie Latza-Nadeau has more.
History made, the first ever American elected as the 267th Pope. A plume of white smoke rising above the Sistine Chapel, a signal that 133 voting cardinals have elected the new pontiff. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica welcoming the news. News that thousands in St. Peter's Square, Vatican City, and around the world have been anticipating during the 2 days of the conclave.
There's so much hope. It's exciting. It's exciting to see, to be here, to know that now we have a pope.
We are so happy to be here at Rome today.
Pope Leo XIV making his debut address to the world's roughly 1.4 billion Catholics.
La pace sia con tutti voi.
Peace be with you all.
Reporting from Rome, I'm Barbie Latza-Nadeau.
The new pope's name, Pope Leo XIV, takes after the last Leo pope who values hardworking people, continuing the teachings of Catholic society. Local priest Father Currie calls the new pope humble and the perfect candidate since he's familiar with the Vatican system. Lavati says he was surprised and grateful that cardinals picked Prevost as the new leader.
It's history. I mean, it's history in the making. History I thought we'd never see. Most of us thought we'd never see it. So it's exciting. It's just overwhelming. It's incredible, really. It's incredible that the Holy Spirit would just do this. The Holy Spirit would choose this man to lead us.
Father Lavati says the new pope might be faced with many challenges, but believes that he's prepared for them. He says Pope Leo XIV will be the new voice of God. Governor Greg Abbott released a statement following the election of Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost as Pope Leo XIV. The governor said, quote, "Cecilia and I congratulate the first American-born pope, Pope Leo XIV. We join Catholics across the globe to pray for God's guidance as Pope Leo XIV assumes leadership of the Catholic Church," unquote.
So this brings us to our viewer poll tonight. How do you feel about the selection of the first American pope? Are you proud, surprised, unsure, or have no opinion? We want to hear from you. Either scan the QR code there on your screen or visit crossroadstoday.com/vote. And 63% of voters right now say they feel proud to have the first American pope elected. So continue voting, and we'll have the latest results on 25 News Now at 10.
The National Weather Service confirmed that 4 tornadoes hit the Brazos Valley Tuesday. 2 of the tornadoes were EF1, both in Leon County. The tornado that hit Jewett hit a peak wind of 105 miles an hour. Its path was 1 mile long and 100 yards wide. The second EF1 in Buffalo had a peak wind of 90 miles an hour. Its path was just over 4 miles long and 100 yards wide. More rain has hit the crossroads in just the past few minutes.
Absolutely. We hear it coming down, but let's go to Jacob Lozano for a look outside. And Jacob, any of this supposed to be severe?
Well, we did see a little bit of severe weather that had popped up here, but most of that severe stuff is going to stay well south of us here along the Rio Grande. That's where we're seeing those supercell thunderstorms drop some pretty decent sized hail, up to ping pong ball sized hail. But we did see a little severe thunderstorm warning that popped up right here. Dropped quarter sized hail based off of what the National Weather Service says. But that is quickly dissipated. We're looking at showers over our area currently, and we actually have a special weather statement that popped up where we could possibly see some pea-sized hail right there south of Edna, but we're looking at a line of showers there south of us as well. But we'll be talking about more rain coming up tonight. Don?
Jacob, thank you. Victoria ISD announced its Teachers of the Year for this school year. Shelley Mordica, a fourth grade reading language arts teacher at O'Connor Elementary School, was named Victoria ISD Elementary Teacher of the Year. Mordica's creative lessons include her frogtastic teaching philosophy. The district says she brings the world to her students and her students to the world, making learning meaningful and memorable every day. Rachel Lowry, health science teacher at the Victoria ISD Career and Technology Institute, was named Victoria ISD Secondary Teacher of the Year. With a background in healthcare and corporate training, from hosting mock clinics to coordinating hospital tours and connecting students with healthcare professionals, Lowry is creating powerful learning pathways that prepare students to serve and lead in the medical field.
And very timely, today is National Student Nurses Day.
All right, yeah.
Well, graduation season is here in the Crossroads, and as students prepare to move on to their next stage of life, 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting highlights some of the area's hardest working students. In Head of the Class, Crossroads valedictorians chart their future. That airs tonight on 25 News Now at 10. Well, only about 25,000 teachers out of the nearly 400,000 in Texas currently receive raises under the merit-based Teacher Incentive Allotment Program. The program also excludes essential support staff who contribute to children's instruction and learning. To read the full Texas Tribune article, visit crossroadstoday.com.
And graduation season is here, and we're celebrating the class of 2025 along with you. Today we congratulate Christiana from Victoria West High School. Congratulations on you graduating. Dad and I love you and are very proud of you. That's the message. Congratulations to Hayden from Goliad High School. Yes, congratulations, baby girl. We couldn't be more proud of you. The message says, can't wait to see what this next chapter of life holds for you. Good luck at Texas State. And congrats to Joe from Victoria West High School. The message there, class of 2025 West High School. Congrats, son. We are very proud of you. Love mom, dad, and brother. Well, the whole family there. All right, submit a photo and heartfelt message for your grad through June 13th. We'll feature our area grads on air and on social media. Go to our contest page at crossroadstoday.com, click the entertainment tab, then select contest to submit and show your pride.
Yeah, we want to see those high school graduations, college graduations.
Junior college, yes.
Yeah, trade schools, anyone who's graduating.
Absolutely.
We want to celebrate them.
'Tis the season.
All right. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, so you can see all of our news on YouTube. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. A concerning new milestone for measles in the U.S., what health experts are urging. That's coming up on 25 News Now at 6.
Also ahead, a potential new trade deal between the U.S. and U.K. is taking shape, but it's not a done deal. What's at stake and what's still up for negotiation next. Cases topped 1,000 as of Wednesday, and more reports are due out Friday. The CDC says the U.S. has had at least a dozen outbreaks this year. Texas reports over 700 measles cases in the state.
Almost all of the cases are in people who have not received the vaccine. As Amy Kiley reports, this could end up being the highest annual case count since the U.S. declared measles eliminated.
Get a measles vaccine.
New analysis shows the number of measles cases reported in the U.S. this year just surpassed 1,000. That's based on data from the CDC and state health departments. Many of the cases are related to an outbreak in West Texas, but most states have reported the disease.
The problem is when vaccination rates fall below 95% for measles or under 90% in public schools, you see big outbreaks.
This is likely to be the worst year for measles in the U.S. since its declared elimination in 2000. The only other that's close is 2019, when outbreaks around New York City pushed the total to 1,274 cases. This year's count is 1,002 as of yesterday, and it's only May.
If you're immune compromised or you haven't been vaccinated, you should probably think twice about going to areas where there's a lot of measles circulating.
Many experts think the actual number of cases is probably higher. They say early symptoms can resemble other illnesses, and most modern doctors haven't seen measles firsthand.
We were able to eradicate measles, and now they're back.
The CDC says 3 people have died of measles in the U.S. this year. The agency says before the MMR vaccine, the U.S. saw hundreds of measles deaths annually.
This virus can cause you to be hospitalized and die.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Texas DPS reports while 98% of Texans already have real ID, airport officials urge the public to double check their licenses before flying domestically. Now, a real ID is a driver's license with a gold star emblem in the top right corner. That star means your ID is Real ID compliant. If you don't have a Real ID compliant license, you can still use a passport or a permanent resident card. Real ID is not just for flying, it's also required to enter numerous federal buildings around the country.
President Trump announced a new trade deal with the United Kingdom, the first major agreement since he imposed broad tariffs on U.S. trading partners. At a Thursday press conference, Trump said the UK will reduce non-tariff barriers on American goods. The deal keeps his 10% baseline tariff, but offers tariffs on British vehicles from 25 to 10%. Trump also mentioned possible future deals with China and the EU.
The European Union is a big thing. They want to make a deal very badly. You know, everybody wants to make a deal. Look, everybody wants to make a deal with the United States, and we're doing that, and we're going to make fair deals. I'm just honored that this was the first one.
The White House says this deal could serve as a template for other trade agreements, but talks with China and the EU remain in early stages. As wedding season approaches, brides-to-be in San Antonio are experiencing sticker shock due to rising costs attributed to tariffs, not inflation.
One bridal store in the Alamo City reports the cost of wedding dresses are going up between $200 to $300.
So a dress like this is from our Bridgerton collection, and she's normally about $2,400, and due to the tariffs, now she's going to be around $2,700. And this dress is normally about $1,300, and now she's about $1,500 due to the tariffs.
That's just some of the sticker shock women are facing, according to Bridal Connection at Stone Oak.
As a boutique is absorbing another part of that tariff, but we're having to pass some of that back on to our customers, or to our brides, unfortunately. And so a $1,500 dress is now turning into like a $1,700 dress.
Boutique manager Angelita Sorensen says she's transparent with brides-to-be when they come in.
We're very honest up front. We let them know that what the situation is, that the prices have increased. However, we also explain that, you know, if your wedding is far enough out, we also offer what's called a bridal registry.
Ooh, that's so pretty. With a wedding scheduled in October, Rudy Rodriguez found her dream dress, but she was faced with unexpected tariffs.
We went in looking for the dress. We did find that tariffs are a part of that dress. If we're ordering something, there's an extra fee on that. And so we've kind of learned that budget plus a little bit of room.
And for bride-to-be Ariel Gomez, she ended up paying $200 more after her original dress was canceled.
It was horrible, and You know, my fiance is now trying to find his tux, and he's all like, I can't pay $800 for a tuxedo. That's insane. At the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's about the idea, the event around me, surrounding it. So the whole stress is worth it. It's definitely worth it.
An extreme weather database that tracked the cost of natural disasters since 1980 is being discontinued. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration announced it is retiring its billion-dollar weather and climate disasters database. It will be archived but no longer updated beyond 2024. NOAA recently announced it is also ending other services due to staffing reductions. The Trump administration is focused on ending federal programs and departments that are associated with climate.
Well, that's very interesting because we need all the data we can get. Now, we have a lot of severe weather. Speaking of that, all around South Texas, we had a little bit of severe weather move through Victoria, or moved south of Victoria, but now we have showers moving through Victoria, but we'll be talking about that coming up after the break. Well, good afternoon, Crossroads. We've been having a couple showers move in through the area. Some of it was a little bit severe, but that was a quick die off here. Now, we are under a marginal risk, and a slight risk is a little farther down south, so they're going to be seeing a little bit more of the severe stuff, especially along the Rio Grande Valley area, as this line of storms is going to be starting to move down to the southeasterly area, kind of just bringing in a couple more showers with it. But we're actually getting a little bit of that as well here, as showers began to pop up here around the 3 o'clock time frame, and honestly just immersed into this. We had a little severe thunderstorm warning where we saw possibly some quarter-sized hail with that north of Goliad, but that quickly died off, and now we're just looking at just a blob of just showers. So not a lot of stuff going along with it. A little bit of convectivity with it, possible couple thunderstorms in that cell, but we are looking at this as well, just a line of storms that is producing a little bit more thunderstorms as well. And there was a little special weather statement here, but that looks like it has died off here, where they had pea-sized hail within that system. Now, there's going to be more rain on the way here for us tonight, as we saw that big blob there along the Rio Grande Valley, and that's going to be moving partially in towards our direction, be moving more towards the southeasterly direction, but we're going to get a little clipping of that as well. 85 degrees is what we saw today. It was a bit of another warm and muggy day, but there's that system right there that we're looking at. There's us. There's that line that is starting to move out of the way here in the region. We may see a little bit more pop-up showers, but we're going to be seeing this system begin to slowly move across our region here by about 10 p.m. This is where we'll start to see a big pop-up of just more showers here for us here, and especially here by 11 p.m. That's about the time frame where we'll see it here is about 10 p.m. here tonight. So this will be our last bit of rain here for us for at least the next 7 days possibly here for us in the Crossroads. But we've taken all the rain that we needed, and we're definitely getting all of that rain here, especially just right now. You can hear it on the roof of the building. Now, temperatures are going to be a bit on the cooler side as we go into the weekend. We'll be at 68, a little warmer start to our day here Friday, but We'll be getting up into the low 80s as our daytime high, so 82 degrees here in Victoria. We'll be 83 down there in Goliad, and temperatures are going to be pretty cool here. So maybe see some low 60s here for our morning low here as we start Saturday, and we'll be getting up into the high 70s as our daytime high. I mean, we're getting a little bit of spring just left in us before we get into those summer months, just in time for Mother's Day. And those temperatures tomorrow on Sunday morning are actually going to be right around the 50s here. We may see some upper 50s, 60s, low 60s are going to be more likely the possible outcome, but I'm not going to rule out any 50s here just yet. Now, Sunday afternoon, we'll be in the low 80s, but the difference is we have northerly winds, so we won't have that humidity that's just been kind of sticking around with us. So we'll start to see that humidity here drop here by Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be pretty comfortable outside, but we're going to start getting westerly winds, and then southeasterly winds will return. So we'll start to get more up into those humid conditions, and it's going to get a bit warm for us here. Now for your daily planner here in Victoria, northerly winds at about 14 miles per hour, 83 degrees, but plenty of sunshine for us here with those drier temperatures, as well as 83 degrees and sunny skies, and northerly winds continuing as well as here in Currie. We can see a little bit of rain in the background here, but 83 degrees as our high with those same northerly winds at about 15 miles per hour. But those next 7 days, we'll be looking at cooler weather this weekend, and once those westerly winds kick in, we start to see a big jump in those temperatures, about a 10-degree difference here from Sunday to Tuesday. So definitely want to enjoy this weekend and spend time with your mother. Now, don't forget to scan the QR code for more news, weather, and sports. Shawna?
All right, well, the rain is not stopping sports, so let's head over to Max Williams. Max.
I mean, we'll see about that, Shawna, right? A couple games right now are lightning delays and everything else, so we'll keep that posted as we go on. But what's not stopping us, though, is who's going to be our athlete of the week. I'll tell you who that is coming up in sports. All right, Corrales, it's great to be back here in the great state of Texas. I was back there in Pennsylvania where my sister graduated their college, and also had a chance to enjoy some family time as well. But now I'm back in town. It's a perfect time to be back, right? Because today is Thursday, and that means our athlete of the week. And last week, we gave it to UHV baseball player Julian Garcia. Well, this week, we head down to the track and gave it to Goliad runner Cord Zamsa, who broke his own 2 records in 300-meter hurdles at state this past weekend in Austin. So earlier today, I caught up with Cord to see how he felt about breaking his own record and how his older sister and Ashton Zamsa, which is an Olympic runner, helped him along the way as well.
So it helps a lot that I had experience being there the past 2 years. You know, going there as a freshman and a sophomore helps a lot to just like you've been here before. I can just chill out. And one time this summer for she had a little speed camp, and I went to that. She helped me out a lot with my hurdle technique because I needed a lot of improvement with my hurdle technique, and she helped me out a lot. She had me go faster through the hurdles, which helped me improve to get faster too.
Now, Cord also competed in the 4x400 meter relay as well at state, and he placed well. And again, he's just a junior, so he's going to be back next season for the Goliad Tigers, and I bet he's going to break more and more records going on from that. Now, from our athlete of the week to this week's fishing report, where sports reporter Ray Robinson gave it to you guys last week, but now I'm back in town, and right now probably not a good time to go fishing right now in the water since it's raining outside. But looking at, though, for the weekend, though, Coletto Creek is currently right now around Goliad. The water temperature is at 70 degrees. The bass fishing consistent there with the soft plastic lizards there with coral worms and 2 to 7 feet of water around those reeds and stumps. So kind of similar to the past couple of weeks, but around east and west Matagorda Bay, it's right now fair at 78 degrees. Again, the high winds are going to be a problem to look out for this weekend out there in the open bay area. But trout and redfish are good there with protected shorelines if you want to catch any of those. And then how about Port O'Connor? I haven't talked about them in a while. They're good at 78 degrees. Redfish are good there around the Honeyholm, blue crabs, Spanish sardines area as well if you want to catch that there as well. And again, trout are biting out also on live shrimp there as well. Now over to Victoria East swimming, where two of girls and boys swimmers, they signed their letter of intent to the next level. First, Victoria East state swimmer there in Nicholas Turner. He's going to be heading University of Texas Permian Basin, which is located outside of Odessa, Texas. And Victoria East swimmer Sarah Hagan also signed to Kalamazoo College in Michigan. So congrats to both of these two swimmers, again, heading there to the next level. Now also tonight we got regional, again, semifinal softball and baseball action again. Right now, depending on weather delays, some games are going on right now, maybe delayed. I'll keep you posted there later on there with the scoreboards. But some of the games we're looking out for, though, Victoria West is facing Henderson Hawks tonight there at Riverside. And again, before West, they beat the McAllen Knights there last week there in game 1, 3-2, and then also 6-3. The Warriors looking to get some production there from Dominic Martinez and Bo Woods. And again, game 2 will be there at Hendrington High School there on Saturday at 1. And if needed game for game 3, that'll be 30 minutes after on Saturday. And another game to keep an eye on is the Shiner Comanches baseball team facing the Fall City Beavers. And that's going to be at Yoakum High School at 7 o'clock. And again, the Comanches, they head into this game again looking at, after beating Agua Dulce Longhorns last week, 14-0 and 11-0. So hoping to get some similar production here tonight there with Bo Bame and Carson Schutte there up there in the plate and at the plate and then on the mound as well. So the Comanches can get that win. They're going to face the Milano Eagles or the Bartlett Bulldogs there in the next round. And that's going to do it here in sports. Don and Shawna, back to you.
Max, thank you, and we're back in a moment. Today is the 80th anniversary of one of the most important days in the history of this country and of the world. Anniversary of Victory in Europe Day, also known as VE Day. May 8, 1945 was when Nazi Germany officially surrendered to Allied military forces, including the United States, to end World War II in Europe. People around the world celebrated. Today it's a time of reflection. Cities in the U.S., United Kingdom, and Western Europe, Canada, and Australia commemorate the day by putting up flags and banners and holding ceremonies. The video you see there is from the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. We visited that shortly after it opened in 2004. It is awesome. It is fantastic. And if you all ever have a chance to go to Washington, D.C., please check that out. That's in the National Mall. So it's really fantastic.
It's so important to keep remembering the date and honoring it every year too, as you know, as more years go by, and you know, making sure that it doesn't fade away.
And to make sure that there are no more wars. We don't need any more.
Absolutely.
But we're getting more rain right now.
We are getting some more rain. We are going to see a little break in some of that rain here right after this line of showers is starting to move on through. Some areas have actually seen right around in between Refugio and Port Lavaca, so probably around 3 inches of rain. It's just been sitting there. We may see about an inch here from our totals, but we're going to see more rain showing up here later tonight.
All right, thank you, Jacob, and thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 10.